Y'all remember this?
A lot more than a penny. Big question. Will homes be worth more or less in 2007? Tom, what do you think?
You're going to see prices go up about 10%. Here's why. Because you're going to come into a regular, normal market, and a regular, normal market, that's about what kind of appreciation.
Some bozo who did not understand the housing bubble we were in.
Well, today's home prices are completely unsustainable.
Thank you, Peter.
Artificial heights by a combination of temporarily low adjustable rate mortgage payments, by a complete...
Peter understood what's happening, and he understands what's happening now with the U.S. dollar.
2007 is a lot of these...
You're talking about... What's word to Peter?
Most of the profits that people have in real estate are going to vanish, just like the profits in the dot-coms in 1999, 2000. It's a fantasy.
Yeah, laugh.
Sell their house.
I love this when he's laughing at Peter because he says everybody's wealth in their homes is gonna disappear. And these guys are laughing at him. There's people laughing at him now because he's saying that, you know, we have a phony economy and it's being held up by money printing and, you know, all this stuff that to me and to you is common sense. Peter gets on there and argues with people who think that, you know, King Dollar and all this other stuff, and you could just print as much currency as you need. I mean, we're not printing enough, according to some people. We need to be printing more. So you can just print forever and there's no consequence. I mean, these people on TV, they want you to believe that those graphs that I keep showing you, the Federal Reserve graphs, that graph where it's like this and then and then after the 2009 recession ended, it just doubled again, and they keep printing. And they just want you to think that that's a normal, you know, that's not going to affect anything. There's no reason to worry about that. There's no inflation. That's all we keep hearing about. Recovery. People are getting in their motorhomes again, and, you know, buying motorhomes, and, you know, the consumer is so confident. Why is he confident? I don't know, because they created a bubble in the stock market and bond market and housing bubble 2.0, and people are starting to feel like they got a little something again. I don't know. Things are just totally crazy, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see where this turns out. I think we could see it. You know, who knows where the bottom's at on the precious metals. Looks like we're in for a rebound though at some point. So long term, you know, that's what I'm in it for, and I'll be buying at any price. I'll buy at any price. I'll buy. Gold gets down to 600. I'm not going to be selling. What would I sell? I still have the same amount of ounces I had yesterday, whether it's worth a different dollar amount than it was then. Doesn't matter. So anyhow, let me show you this clip real quick. Let me finish up here. Where's the video? Oh, this is what I'm going to link you to. Gold is unsafe at any price. Don't forget, everybody. You know, it's not safe to have gold. You want to be in the dollar.
Which were miserable was gold. It was down a lot, and that was the tell. I mean, it's over. It's rolled over. I don't want it at any price.
So what is
right
the
here.
trap there?
I don't want it at any price.
Two things. One, they don't have.
It's over with.
Blame. So they have to say,
Right.
I was wrong. I'm taking the hit. I'm going to sell because
I'm going to sell when it's way low. I'm going to sell. And if it gets to 600, I'm, you know, going to force other people who weren't smart enough to sell to get rid of theirs, because it's such a bad idea.
Currency, I mean, it's the old Buffett story where everybody says, look, you can take all the gold in the world and stick it in a corner and you've got something nice to look at, but that's really all you have. There's no utility behind it. There's no industrial reasoning behind it. And I'd also point out that the vehicle for gold, in fact, the retail vehicle...
I got to tell you guys, this... I forget the host's name. He brings up the fact, he's saying that, you know, the ETFs are dumping it, and then they got to go out and actually sell the gold into the market, into a weak market. And he said, what about China? China's buying, what, 223 tons through Hong Kong last month or the month before. They're on track to bring in 1,000 tons. I mean, step aside, India. China will grab that falling knife. He's like, oh, I don't really buy that. No, I didn't really buy into that story. story, dude. It's a story that they're importing this through Hong Kong. It's a story. I mean, this guy is a financial professional, and he's probably kept people out of the whole bull market from $300 up to $1,900. I mean, you got all these guys just negative on gold, and they've kept their clients out. I mean, and they're asking Peter, you got people, you know, death threats. I'm surprised they haven't asked him that. You got death threats from clients that you got into gold? No, not really, because I was telling them to get into gold since under $300 an ounce, and it's still, what, $1,300? So, I mean, they're acting like Peter told everyone, get into gold at $1,900, and then here they are now at $1,300, and it's like, oh man, I screwed everybody up. Peter Schiff understands what's happening. These other empty suits and talking heads are just... I feel sorry for the average person who doesn't really see what's going on, and they just listen to these people. They'll be right where they were in 2008. But if we have a dollar collapse, things are going to be bad. And you know what I'm doing is not to get rich. I just want to protect what I have. I mean, if you think printing money is just going to fix everything, just go talk to someone in Argentina or Venezuela, or someone who's a descendant of Weimar Germany, you know, maybe their grandparents or their parents or something, or Chinese descendant from the 40s when they collapsed their currency. Talk to someone who knows about devaluation. Talk to someone from Mexico back in the 90s when they woke up the next day and there's, you know, there was 1,000 pesos instead of 10,000 in their account at the bank. Talk to someone who's gone through that. You can't just print yourself. If printing money created wealth, and we could all just sit home with little printing presses, and we wouldn't have to work. We just all print up money, and we just go spend it, and everything would be great. Well, that's not the way things work. So, I don't know. I'll just continue on the same path that I'm on because I'm just going to sit tight and be right.